And we're back. Beautiful view of my favorite neighbor's vehicle. Thursday, the something or other. I left the phone inside again. Oh well. What's today, the 13th, 14th of February? Yes, indeedly do. Another fine, beautiful day to go into work. Give the truck a moment here. It's a little shaky right now, but yeah, just trying to smooth out. So what? Sunday was the last video I put up. Still haven't fixed the fuel pump on the red truck. My back hasn't been feeling so hot last few days. Been getting a lot of funny weather coming through, some rain, some sun's been out a couple of times. That's the type of stuff that my back does not like. Kind of a bummer. I did all that praise on that poor truck in my first video and then she went on me, so oh well. Still got this stupid cough. But yeah, this weekend we'll get that fuel pump swapped out. Talked to a couple of people and they said the little, whatchamacallit, little, I'm going to call it a connecting rod, goes between the cam and the fuel pump itself, the little push rod. Sometimes you got to get that up in there, put a little grease on it to hold it in place so you can get the fuel pump in. We'll see. Hopefully the weather will be halfway decent this weekend. Just been taking her easy. Reading lots of the news. Lots and lots of news. The Pope's abdicating. There's a big controversy now. They say that this was announced, what, Monday? Monday morning? Sunday night? Monday morning? And he just decided, yeah, what the heck, let's go ahead and call her quits and go into retirement. And now they're saying, yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on the last couple months with him. Pacemaker battery swap, and he slipped and fell in his hotel room in Mexico City on his last big trip, and it took a lot out of him. Bled quite a bit from his head, so don't know if he's the one saying he's going to retire or if he's kind of being pushed into it. Who knows? Tis what it is. First Pope to leave the seat of power in what, 600 years or something like that. Hey, I think he's doing the right thing. Step down, take a load off, let somebody else come in. I'd say somebody younger, but I don't know, what's the youngest Pope ever been? Let's see if we can beat this Nissan here. Oh yeah, no sweat. Weird color on that Subaru. Oregon Beavers fan, huh? Little Ford Ranger, an S10 Blazer turning, so we can scoot on out and put her to the wood. Well, not really, motor's so cold. Just goose her a little bit. That motor warmed up. But yeah, I tend to follow the Catholic Church news a little bit. I'm not a diehard. I was raised Catholic, so. And the history of it all. And on the other end of the spectrum, they got that SOB down there in Southern California. Kind of had a feeling he didn't want to be found alive. I get a kick out of reading all the news stories and everybody saying, oh no, the police, we didn't burn the cabin down intentionally. We weren't trying to burn them out. it's over. I'm sure they'll be made for TV movies, and probably they'll get some big Hollywood star and they'll do a big production out of it. And all the people that had run-ins with them are going to be in the limelight for a while, and book deals, and who knows what else. Tell us your story. What, the guy come in, he pointed a gun at me, I gave him my car, and they left. I mean, that's... Of course, all of the few police officers he did kill, none of them were from his, what do you call it, department or jurisdiction. None of them were LAPD officers, so... But that's all done. Of course, I say it's all done. They're not 100% sure it was him, although they found his driver's license on the body and some other documents. Now they're waiting for the autopsy to do a final confirmation. Basically all stems from a false report that he filed against, I guess, police brutality accusations. I guess one of his trainers or somebody. Not going to do a damn thing for us. It's just going to make the honest people have less rights, less access to weapons. All the dishonest people are still going to have their guns and use them for crimes. Mustang coming up behind me there. Like I'm one to complain, I'm pretty close myself, but that whole line up there is all pretty close together. So getting ready to order some parts for the Oldsmobile. Got a list going. I'm not going to tell you what, but we'll see when it comes. Still waiting for those flags to show up too. Oh, I mentioned a few videos back that I had pre-ordered that new Bond movie, Skyfall. That came yesterday. I watched it last night. It was alright. They've kind of brought the whole series full circle. Almost bringing it back to the beginnings. It's kind of opening it up to a whole new franchise. I don't want to say new franchise, but a whole new spectrum of movies. Brought it up into the modern age too, with a little bit more computer-based cyber terrorism. I was impressed with it. Had its moments. They brought the old DB5 back. I don't like they destroyed it at this thing in for its oil change. If I get my lazy butt up and moving early enough tomorrow, I'll do it before work. Maybe hit the Subway shop, get a sandwich. These goofballs are going on over. This guy had to pass me to get in front of me, even though there's absolutely nobody behind me for several hundred yards. There's that Mustang on the left there. She ain't perfect when she's out on the road. Gotta love it. Haven't been over to see Kevin for a while. Let's see what he's been doing on his Fairlane. Last video I saw, he had the engine compartment pretty much stripped down. Well, I was going to try to go head out Peninsula Mudders this weekend and give him a hand doing a motor swap on his new Toyota Tercel. I was mentioning earlier in the week that him and the girlfriend were putting off Valentine's Day. When is Valentine's? Is it today? Yesterday? Today? I don't remember. But they're going to put it off towards the weekend. So probably won't be helping him this weekend at all. He did ask for the engine hoist too. I'm going to get a hold of Kevin, see if he's got it or still over at his buddy's house. Maybe next weekend we'll go do that. Haven't been out to see Ken for a while. I think this weekend, this coming weekend, he was going to take his sleds up in the snow and go play. Him and the little lady. To go play in the dirt. Almost tempted when we get the spread truck emptied out, fuel pump replaced, fill up both tanks and just go head up into the hills. Probably wait till next month or April. Let the higher elevations thaw a little bit. We get some mud on the tires, or get off my lazy butt and finish the Jeep. Touch that center carrier. Too many projects. What's going on up ahead between that Lexus and the little Hyundai or whatever that is? Hyundai's riding that Lexus's tail. Email from Ford this morning. I subscribed to their signed up for their online alerts and notices and deals and whatnot. They had a listing there for all these great fuel efficient vehicles, and click here for the latest incentives. And so, all right, well, click on the Focus and see what comes up. Put in your zip code and no incentives in your area at this time. Well, gee, thanks. Let's try the Focus, the Fiesta. No incentives in your area at this time. It's like, well, thanks a lot, jerks. Not that I'm ready to buy right now anyway. Just gonna bide our time. Maybe we'll do it into this year. The 14 models are coming out. They'll wait till January. This last January they had some pretty big year-end sales that kicked off. We'll do that again next year. Today is Thursday, floorboard inspection. I was a week behind on the last airplane due to a customer inspection and wasn't able to get my work done because the customer wanted some other stuff taken care of. That got closed up on Sunday, so Monday a couple people went over and finished up a little bit of final work on that plane on 102, 103. We did floorboards. 4 of us putting the floorboards in. Got her done. Just been plugging away, so pretty much on schedule with this bird. LOT's talking about grounding their 87 fleet through the summer into the fall, just because they can't, with us having them grounded, they can't book summer flying seats. JAL and ANA, I think, are both talking through March. They're going to keep theirs on the ground. Hopefully we get this figured out soon. They did 2 test flights. Both were uneventful. They used plane number 5, which is one of the test birds. Alrighty, I think we're going to go ahead and kick you guys off here. We'll pick this up after work. Well, there's a lovely view for you. Put that up a little bit. 11:10 in the PM. Another work day done. Thursday's finished. Still got a full tank of gas. Only got 67 miles in this tank. Good deal, good deal. So the report has come out through Boeing security. We've got someone or some buddies prowling our parking lots here at work and busting into vehicles. I guess there was a guy on Monday that his car got broke into. They took his registration and his garage door opener. And when he got home, his house had been ransacked. Not cool. So probably the same idiots that ripped that dude off, was that 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, where they took his intake and his HID headlights, control unit or ballast, or whatever you want to call it, and got his registration. So, you know, it's getting to the point you can't trust anybody. So I guess some of the guys today after lunch, they came in and says, yeah, there was a black SUV rolling around with exempt plates, no markings at all on the outside. So it was probably a undercover sheriff's unit or something cruising through the parking lot. So at least patrols are up a little bit, but luckily I keep this camera hidden. I may stop doing this for a little while till we hear of it slowing down, but just so I don't lose the camera. And I don't leave anything of value just showing out on the seat or anything. I cover things up and hide it, but you know, you get that wrong asshole that just wants to get in there and make a mess of stuff. Hopefully this truck doesn't attract that kind of attention. I mean, it's still got a tape deck in it, for God's sake. Factory AM, FM, AC Delco with a cassette deck. It does have the equalizer, the factory equalizer. Doesn't need up the factory tack though, just the standard Speedo. Yeah, it's warm enough. Let's hit the road. It's not super cold out there tonight. So. But yeah, there's a bozo or a group of bozos patrolling, so a little more vigilant and hope that we don't get tagged. I mean, they got me for a couple of gallons of gas twice in 1 week. That was several months ago. I doubt it was these same people, but yeah, you never know. They may have been out here testing the waters too. I know when I called in, I didn't report the first theft. I reported the second one because they busted my locking cap to get in there. But reported the second one, and the security officer, he asked me, "Are you sure that this happened on Boeing property? Because we're not getting any reports of anything like this." So maybe I was the beginning of this crime wave. Never know. Let's close the screen so we don't have this flashing out in the open for the cops to pull me over. Mr. Squeaky Fiero there. V6s in those? I know they put the old flat 4s, the 2.5 or whatever that was. Away we go. Well, we got to go. Whip her into the corner here on a wet road. Best way to warm your rig up is to drive it. That's what we'll do. Especially with fuel injection, it doesn't make no difference for warming up a motor anymore. So, I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like the next couple of days, but it'll probably be damp like this. Fuel pump on the red truck. It's dry this weekend. Open that shed up again, let it air out, see if it's stopping the water leaking in. I know we've had some rain the last few days. Curious to see if it'll stop that or not. A little disappointed in that paint that I bought for that thing. I bought good stuff, but the dark brown is already cracking on top of all the trim. It could be that trim is just soaking up moisture, but I don't see why it would with a good coat of paint on it. Paint and primer. I don't know, just keep an eye on it. Soaking up that water and swelling, cracking the paint, which is allowing more water to get in. Got a couple pieces of trim I need to fix around the little garage door. In the spring when things dry out a little more. Good times, good times. Get home, chow down on a little something. Back of my throat's feeling dry and raw again. Been having nasty sinus problems every morning when I wake up. Sinuses close up, so I wind up breathing through my mouth, and when I wake up, my mouth and my throat are just bone dry. It's hard to swallow. always seems to happen this time of year, just never quite this bad. Just got that little ball of mucus in the back of my throat that doesn't want to go anywhere. Try swallowing to get it to clear out, but nothing happens. It doesn't move when you cough, but it's back there. Big news from the Boeing front. It's the plane I'm working on now, 105, line number 105. They had one of the main sections came in a day late, so everybody's a day behind schedule right now. So instead of putting my floorboards in on Monday this week, I'll have to do it on Tuesday. Buffer day this week, but I lose my buffer day next week, so oh well. All floorboard work is supposed to be going to third shift is the latest word. And then my crew will do all the bracketry and tie rods and whatnot so that position 3 can put in all the interiors, paneling and stove ends and all that. So lane closed 1 mile ahead. I hope they didn't shut down the trestle. That kind of suck. I have to go all the way up into Marysville and backtrack on Highway 9. I have 20 minutes to drive. Never done seeing this before on this time schedule. What they're doing. Oh, no, there we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. It's all good. Woo! That'll save me an extra 15 miles of driving right there. Let's a little concerned because they didn't have a sign out saying the Highway 2 off-ramp was shut down, or interchange was shut down. But we're okay. Keep on keeping on. On this lovely February, whatever the heck the date is today. Thursday. I guess it was Valentine's Day today. Well, I don't have TV. I don't listen to the radio. Usually when the commercials come on, I change the channel. Yeah, I got a little money rolling my way, took some out of savings. I'm going to order a bunch of parts for the Oldsmobile. I will show you those when I either place the order or get the parts in. Most of you probably know what they already are. The rest of you could probably guess. It will be for all the chassis. One part that I may not have really mentioned, but I'm going to go ahead and buy anyway, so keep the suspense going. I don't know if those flags are here yet today. If they are, I'll do another little quick video tonight. If not, then this is all you'll get. Probably till the weekend. Tomorrow is Friday. I have no plans to drag the camera with. Probably go in and get the oil change on the truck tomorrow before work. Probably get Subway on the way in. It is a Friday. I usually like to do Subway on a Friday. Seems like tomorrow's going to be kind of a dead day anyway, tomorrow and Monday. Dead week. No big plans for the weekend right now. Should probably get off my lazy bum and get something done. Car-wise. Bug to start working on stuff again. Always happens about this time of year. And I got that beautiful project car sitting in the garage, just itching to be worked on. And now I finally got a plan for it. So if any of you out there know someone who is parting out the second generation Camaro, let me know. Source those spindles, the tall front spindles, and the disc brakes for the front, with the calipers and all the brackets and everything. I'll probably rebuild them all, but I like to get all the components so I know what I need. I can match up parts then. There's some other cars that you can use, like a 76 full-size Fleetwood, I think is one of them, and maybe a Buick, and there's a couple of cars that have those tall front spindles. I got the list at home, but the easiest one's probably going to be a first or a second gen Camaro. But I may just hit the online inventory on a couple of the junkyards around here to see if I can track down any of the models I need. If not this weekend, maybe next weekend. Grab the old pickle fork and a hammer and go out and pull some stuff. Need to get on that and get those sourced out so we can get them cleaned up. Since the brother's got his big compressor, and I know he's got a little handheld media blaster. Take him up there, get him all cleaned up, looking pretty. Maybe buy him lunch or something? Primed and painted, looking sharp. I'd like to look into doing a bit of a brake upgrade on the front. Maybe a nice heavy-duty 4-piston caliper, if they make something like that for the 15-inch brakes. At the very least, probably do the slotted and cross, or drilled and slotted, whatever you call it, rotors. Yeah, put something nice on the front end. Backs, I'm just going to keep them drums, but I will do the big drum conversion from the 10 to the 11 inch off the full-size GM cars. Something else I gotta source. Oh crap, the cops. But we'll get the front end taken care of first. Anywho, I think we're going to go ahead and kick you guys off here and catch y'all in the next video. Like I said, if I got flags, I'll do a video tonight. If not, probably see you this weekend. Y'all be good. Bye-bye.